Hey, it's Rod. Well, I got my PICKGUARD pattern, so that's what I'm going to do today, and I appreciate you watching, appreciate you stopping by. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this down on my table, and I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut the pattern out. Then I'm going to use some pixie adhesive to stick it on the body so I can figure out where my knobs are going to go and everything, and whether or not I want to put a pocket in the back to put the controls, or will I have enough room to put pockets on the front and put the cover over it. And that's what I'm hoping I can do. So let me get situated and we'll get started. Now I'm going to cut the pattern out with a hobby knife and then pixie spray it onto the body, put everything back on, so I can have a better idea of what I need to do, make it bigger, make it smaller, or what have you, and figure that out, figure out where I'm going to put the controls. Let me cut this out now. All right, there we go. Let me get the body on the table and we'll stick it on. Okay, I've already set the pattern on there, and I made a mark right here and right here where I want it to set. But I want to stick it on there so I can put the neck on it and mark it. This stuff right here works pretty good. It doesn't leave any residue, and it'll come right off. Okay, I'm going to let that dry a little bit and we'll come back and we'll mark it up. Okay, I got the bridge set on it where I want it, where it needs to be lined up, and I'll trace a line here. Now that is what I need to cut out when I make the pattern. Now I should have left this piece in there. I shouldn't have cut that out before I put the neck on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to put it right here, put my neck back on it, and right here is where my neck is. So I'll just follow that curve here up to this point. And that tells me where I need to cut out the top for my PICKGUARD. So I got all that set up. Now all I need to do is I need to make a PICKGUARD pattern. Okay, I forgot one thing. The pockets I put in here, all I did was I put some lead from a pencil on a piece of paper, put it on my finger, and rub my finger around it. Now I can pull this off and set it down, cut everything out that I need to cut out, and I can make the pattern. Okay, I got my pattern glued to my MDF board just like I did the other one, and I was trying to go ahead and mark out where the pickup covers go, but I can't do that until I actually set it on the guitar and do it, make sure everything's straight up. So we're going to go ahead and cut out the pattern right now. Alright, that looks pretty good. What I'm going to do now is hand sand it, hand sand the edges and the neck and the bridge, hit it with the orbital sander, smooth out a little bit. And on the bridge what I did was I drilled 2 holes the same radius as the corners of the bridge so they would fit real nice and snug. So let me do that. We'll come back, I'll put the Stratolele back together, and we'll set this down and see what it looks like. Okay, if all went right, this should fit right on there. Hold on the neck. Man, that is good to go. So what I want to do now is I want to trace out the pattern on the body. That's going to tell me where I need to put my controls. Can I make a pocket here for them, or do I need to go through the back and make a pocket in the back and a cover for it? So and I also need to measure out where the little pickup cover heads are going to come through. So let me do that. We'll come back and see how it works out. Okay, I'm going to take a break from the PICKGUARD right now, because really the only reason I needed it is to figure out where my controls are going to go. Because I wanted them under the pick guard like a normal Strat, but can't do that because there's not enough room here. If I put the two knobs right here, and then where am I going to put the switch? If I put everything right here, they're going to be in your way strumming. So this is what I decided to do. I draw like a kindergartner. I'm going to route a pocket or a channel going here, here, and I'm going to put the humbucker switch right here. Then I'm going to put the tone and volume knobs right here. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get my router and I'm going to route out this channel and then figure out the best way to put these in, because I'm going to have to go through the back, obviously. So let me set up the router and we'll cut out this right here. Okay, I got my router set for the same depth as the pockets that I made for the pickup covers, because I don't need to go that deep just to run some wires. But on this one, that's where this switch goes, and it's only 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to make this one about an inch deep, and it's really not going to be that big, just big enough so I can fit the switch down in it. That's the perfect size, so I'm going to set up my router to go down 1 inch, and then we'll just route this out, and then I can figure out how I'm going to do the knobs. There we go. That'll work. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. The only way I can do it, really. I got that routed out. That looks really good. So what I'm going to do is I want to take a drill bit, and I'm going to drill all the way through on both the knobs. Then on the back side, I'm going to take my auger bit and I'm going to drill down 2 holes and in the center to make my pocket, and then I can take my chisel it out, smooth it off, then I can make a cap to go on it. So let me go over to the drill press. That's what we'll do. Okay, either I'm going to screw it up or I ain't. One of the two. Alright, there we go. Let me put the auger bit on it and we'll go to the back side. Okay, now I want to put the holes in it, but my drill press doesn't have a stop on it, a depth stop. It got lost somewhere. So the body is 1.5 inches thick. I'm just going to go down to 1 3/8 inches. That's going to leave me enough wood on the other side to put my knobs through. I'll just have to keep measuring it every now and then, see how deep I am. Okay, I got it down to about 1 1/8 inches. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my chisel and knock these little pieces out right there. I'm going to take my plunge router and I'm going to set it for a depth of 1 3/8 inches. That way I'm sure not to go through the other side. Okay, I got my plunge router set on 1 1/4 inches instead of 1 3/8 inches. Alright, there we go. Now what I need to do is I need to trace this opening. I got to make another template so I can route this out about 1/8 inch bigger so I can make a cover to go on. Okay, and I got to drill a hole from here to there, and this is the hardest one because when you go to drill it, if your drill hits the side right here it's not going to matter because that's where the pick guard goes, but if it hits outside that, then you're really messed up. And I can't get it in this way either. So I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. There we go. Went right on through. Okay, that's it for part 4. I've got everything done to the body that I'm going to do right now. The only thing I have left really to do to the body is route out the spot for the cover, and I'm going to worry about that when I do the pick guard. Then I got to sand it and do some body work to it, and then we can paint it. But on part 5, what I need to do is I need to modify this headstock, because I want it to look like that. This is just not going to look good on a Stratolele. That's going to look pretty good. So what I'm going to have to do on the next one is I'm going to have to fill up the tuner pin holes and add some stock to it so I can have enough material to cut that headstock out. So I appreciate you watching it. Come back for the next one, see how I'm going to do this, and hit that like and subscribe button. We'll talk to you later.